Good afternoon from Paul J. Uthier Fieldhouse on the campus of Chisholm High School. It is semifinal Friday at one of the longest running high school basketball tournaments in this great state of Oklahoma, the Wheat Capital Tournament. And we've got 4 great ball games coming your way. This tournament's been going on for 53 years, and the fields just seem to get better every year. And we're going to see a great matchup in our first of 4 ball games as we see girls action in the semifinals. The Jones Lady Longhorns, defending state champions in Class 3A, 6-2 record, coming in ranked number 2 in the state right now this year. They take on the Class 4A Woodward Lady Boomers, who come in with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. Jones got here by beating John Marshall 62-25 yesterday, as Zoe Tucker and Jalen Maple scored 12 points each. Sophie Woodson added 11 for the Lady Longhorns. For Woodward, they knocked off Alva 57-34. Thessaley Pfeiffer, scored 22 to lead the way. Faith O'Hanley added 14 in the contest. Spotlight a couple of players for each team. One for Jones is Boston Berry, a 5'7" junior. She's a point guard, and she's one of the most exciting players we'll see all weekend long. She's already getting Division I offers as a junior, including University of Tulsa, as well as Texas Tech. And for Woodward, their leading scorer is Thessaley Pfeiffer, the 5'8" junior. Scored 22 points yesterday. She averages 22 a contest, also 5 rebounds and 2 assists per game. The starting lineups for Lloyd Vedder's Woodward Lady Boomers: Maisie Porter's a 5'5" senior, Thessaley Pfeiffer, the 5'8" junior. Also, Bailey Douglas Fisher, a 5'8" freshman, Avery Edwards, a 5'7" junior, and Faith O'Hanley, a 6'3" senior. For Jenny Holbrook's Jones Lady Longhorns, Zoe Tucker's a 5'7" junior, Boston Berry, the 5'7" junior, McKenna Cruz, a 5'7" junior, Jalen Maples, also a 5'7" junior, and Sophie Woodson is a 6'2" sophomore. So for Jones, it's Tucker, as well as Berry, Cruz, and Maples, also Sophie Woodson. And for Woodward, it is Porter, Pfeiffer, Douglas Fisher, Edwards, and Faith O'Hanley. Tom Nelson joined by Adam Dieselhorst, first of 4 ball games in the winner's bracket coming your way. 4 games already under our belts. We'll recap the scoring in that one in those 4 ball games as we move along here, but immediately right to the cup off the opening tip, and an and-one opportunity. Zoe Tucker to the basket for the and-one, and Jones jumps on top 2-0.
Well, and just, all the success that Jones has had over the last handful of years, they're starting to become one of those programs, you see synonymous with the state tournament and an opportunity to win a gold ball every season.
And really, it's a program that didn't have a whole lot of hardware before they won that state championship a year ago, and now they've turned into one of the best programs in the state. A cross-court pass is intercepted. Jones goes back the other way. A runner in the lane is no good. It was thrown up by Boston Berry. Here come the Lady Boomers in transition. All the way to the cup and off the window and in. That is Thessaley Pfeiffer. And after Jones jumped out 3-0, now 3-2 as we're about 40 seconds into this contest. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. A spin to the basket. And Zoe Tucker's shot was blocked. Outlet down the floor in a hurry comes Bailey Douglas Fisher. Back out high to Macy Porter. Lady Longhorns spreading out that zone defense. The baseline shot no good. And on the baseline there was a foul. They'll get it on Jalen Maples. It's her first. Team foul number 1 for Jones. Pass out high is kneed into the backcourt before it's chased down by Avery Edwards. As Woodward having some issue here early on with an extended 2-3 zone defense. They're harassing out of the perimeter. Porter lobs it underneath, and the bounce pass, Faith O'Hanley throws it away. That's 2 early turnovers for Woodward. They trail 3-2 a minute and a half into this contest. Winner plays for the championship of this tournament tomorrow. Woodward won this event back in 2018. Jones, I believe this is their first appearance. They haven't been here in the last 15 years that I've been covering the tournament. So I'm going to assume it is their first, so they would like to get their first Wheat Capital Championship on their first attempt.
I was going to ask you, Tom, how many years you've covered the Wheat Capital?
I have been here since 2005. So this would be, what, 17 years for me? Love to come to the friendly confines of Paul J. Uthier Fieldhouse. This field has a bit of a different feel for it this year, as some of the mainstays that have been in the tournament are no longer here. Blackwell and Fairview. Tell you what, the Fairview Yellow Jackets and Lady Jackets, their fans come in and fill this place up. We're going to miss them. They're playing across town at the Stride Bank Center in the Three Rivers tournament as they joined the Three Rivers Conference this year. There's a second foul on Jalen Maple, so she picks up a little bit of early foul trouble for Jones, and she will check out of the ball game.
Yeah, it just does seem a little odd having a weak Capital without Fairview for sure.
Tie up out between the rings. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball back to Jones. And Woodward is having a hard time getting looks as Jones defensively is in their face.
You know, but credit Chisholm for picking up teams like, you know, Jones and John Marshall, and Garber is another great team in the area.
Will Rogers, Lady Ropers on the girls' side as well, all the way to the cup, up and in. That's Boston Berry. We'll talk about her, as she has got a great future in front of her, including Division I offers, as we mentioned in the pregame, Tulsa and Texas Tech to this point. I'm sure there are more coming. So that basket is good by Berry, and she'll go back to the free throw line for a second old-fashioned three-point play, and she knocks that one down as well. And that'll make it 6-2. Left elbow jumper blocked by Berry. In the lane, the runner by Faith O'Hanley, and the ball was deflected away, and in transition, here come the Lady Longhorns. Nice pass underneath, little 5-foot jumper right side, crawls off no good by Audrey Bain, who just checked in, the 5'7" junior. And Jalen Maples picked up the second foul. So a baseline left throw into her left. Boston Berry will trigger. Jones in the home white uniforms, the green and accents and black accents as well on the trim. Woodward in the road browns. And there's a 14-footer. It's knocked down by McKenna Cruz. Good start for Jones. They lead 8-2. Open three-pointer left side by Pfeiffer is airballed long. The ball out of bounds will go back to Jones. Woodward was third at their own tournament. They're 1-2 against ranked teams this season, including a win over Class 6A Enid, beat them 75-39 back in December. And we've got a timeout. We'll take a break. 4:54 to play in the first quarter. Jones on top of Woodward early, 8-2. And you're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Squirtle. With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped. 4:54 to play in the first quarter. First of our four semifinal games. Squirtle has coverage of these four games tonight, and then the third place and championship games tomorrow. So 8 ball games coming your way from one of the best in-season high school basketball tournaments you're going to find in Oklahoma. They always get a great field. This year is no different. We'll give you the schedule for the rest of the night when we get a chance here as we move through this first half. Jones with the basketball, leading 8-2. There's a 17-footer drilled by McKenna Cruz. A couple of field goals for her early on. 10-2 start for Jones. Jones had no trouble with John Marshall yesterday. Beat him 62-25. Avery Edwards, a runner in the lane. Hard off the backboard, but she'll track down the loose change. Find her open teammate, Thessaly Pfeiffer, who knocks down the 15-footer, and Thessaly has 4. She's got all 4 for Woodward. Now a turnover. Three-pointer left side to get back into this ball game, and it's knocked down. Giselle Hegemeyer. She's a 27% three-point shooter on the season. Knocked that one down, but an answer on the other end. Zoe Tucker has 4 points. And they're picking up the pace a little bit. Nice look inside, and the layup for Faith O'Hanley. Nice assist from Avery Edwards. One possession game, but back the other way. Nobody got back, and the layup missing by Audrey Bain. I say nobody got back. Actually, Faith O'Hanley stayed back there, and she was the person who forced her to miss that shot. Ball out of bounds will stay with Jones. Jenny Holbrook, the coach for the Jones Lady Longhorns, started off 5-0 this season, but then lost to number 2 ranked, or actually lost to 2 ranked teams in Class 6A, Mustang and Putnam City North. That was last week in the Mustang tournament, so there is no shame losing to top-ranked teams in the much bigger classes, the 6A class. 3-on-1, going back the other way. Avery Edwards, nice bounce pass underneath, and the layup is good by Giselle Hegemeyer. She's got 5. It's 1 point game now as Woodward's comes roaring back as they've scored 4 straight to make it 12-11, and we've got a timeout called by Jones. 3:06 to play in the first quarter. You're watching the Squirtle, or you're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Squirtle.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything. Jones jumped out early to 10-2 start, but it's been a 9-2 run by Woodward since then. And Jones leads Woodward 12-11. Coming out of the timeout, it's Lady Longhorns basketball. Baseball pass down the floor right side. That's Zoe Tucker who triggers the 3. Rebound tracked down in the near corner by Avery Edwards. Here comes Woodward. A chance to grab the lead for the first time, but they throw it away. Turnover number 3. Left elbow cut off. Zoe Tucker backs out the dribble. Woodward picks up man-to-man defensively. And they're trapping out there now. Right down the lane, wide open. Banker crawls in. Zoe Tucker has 6. 14-11, Lady Longhorns. So glad to have you with us wherever you may be watching on this Friday afternoon into the Friday evening. Girls game now, boys game to follow, girls game after that, boys game to wrap it up. 3-pointer right wing, that is Avery Edwards. And we have our first tie of the contest at 14. And a turnover as Woodward gets it right back for the lead in the 3. Macy Porter. Boy, after that 10-2 start, it's been all Woodward since then. They lead by 3. 14-foot jumper in the lane is no good, but a hack. Avery Edwards slapped at her, and free throws are coming. Sophie Woodson, the 6'2" sophomore who scored 10 points in their win over John Marshall yesterday, will be at the line for 2. Winner of this game will take on the winner of the second girls semifinal game. That'll be coming up around 6:30 or so as Will Rogers will take on Perry. Two for 2 for Woodson. 17-16 now, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Here at Chisholm High School, just north of Enid. Trapping pressure, ball thrown away, tracked down near sideline. Pfeiffer comes up with it. Attacking is Avery Edwards. Her shot blocked out of bounds by Sophie Woodson. Yeah, Jones won that state championship a year ago. They were 18-1. Knocked off Roland for the Class 3A state championship at the Big House. Long pass, reverse layup, no good. Missing Zoe Tucker. Outlet, here come the Lady Boomers. Right side on the wing, Avery Edwards. Now finding Pfeiffer in the lane. They'll wrap back around to the right wing. There's a wide open three-pointer. It's up and down. Avery Edwards, a couple of triples in the contest. And the Class 4A Woodward Lady Boomers on top of the Class 2A Jones Lady Longhorns, 20-16 in the final minute of the first quarter. Out high left, Zoe Tucker pounding the dribble. Now they're working to the high post to Woodson. Right corner, that's Audrey Bain. Back to Woodson inside. She's fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Faith O'Hanley will pick up the foul. I believe it's her first. It's team foul number 4. And at the free throw line, Sophie Woodson just went 2 for 2 at the line a little while ago. The 6'2" sophomore. And she'll miss her first free throw of the night. A couple of subs into the contest for Jones. That is Karma Lewis getting in. And for Woodward, Dayton Lewis. Second free throw. Missed them both. Good position on the rebound for Macy Porter. Into the half court with the dribble, Porter. Leaves it into the corner right side for Edwards. Edwards wants to attack but had the ball knocked away by Boston Berry. Berry wants to go coast to coast all the way to the window and in. Count the basket and one. Or they're going to say the foul was on the floor possibly? Yeah, the foul on the floor, so don't count the basket. Pfeiffer will pick it up. It's her first. Final 25 seconds of the first quarter. Woodward leads Jones by 4 after Jones jumped out 10-2. Took a while for Woodward to get going, but once they did, they've been impressive. 12 seconds to play in the first quarter as the Longhorns will hold for one. Skip pass left, open three for Tucker is good. Zoe Tucker, 9 first quarter points, and it's a 1-point game 8 minutes in. Woodward 20, Jones 19. It's semifinal action from the Wheat Capital Tournament on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Second quarter action from Paul J. Uthier Fieldhouse on the campus of Chisholm High School, the 53rd annual Wheat Capital Invitational Basketball Tournament. And the Woodward Lady Boomers on top of the Jones Lady Longhorns 20-19. As we said before the break, it was all Jones to start. They scored 10 of the first 12 points to lead 10-2, but since then it's been all Woodward as they lead 20-19 as we go to quarter number 2. And Lady Boomers basketball as we're underway here in quarter number 2. They go from right to left in the dark uniforms. Jones down in the Oklahoma City metro area. Woodward about 90 miles straight west of Enid. It's a good halfway spot, to be honest with you, between the two schools to get a chance to play. Tell you what, Woodward having a lot of trouble with that Jones pressing, trapping zone, but there's a three in the corner as Giselle Hegmeyer knocked down her third field goal, second three. Woodward now with a 4-point lead, 23-19. In transition, cross-court pass is stolen away. Jones turns it over for the third time, and back the other way goes Pfeiffer all the way to the basket, and she'll be fouled. Thessaly Pfeiffer, a 5'8 junior, had 22 points in their win yesterday as they knocked off Alva, and she averages 20 a game, 78% free throw shooter. She misses the first. That foul was the first on Boston Berry. Subs into the game, including Jalen Maples, the 5'7" junior for Jones, who picked up a couple of early fouls and went to the bench. She missed them both. And Woodward, their lead will stay at 4 points. Berry passing into the half court to Sophie Woodson. Berry back out between the rings, right side. Maples open three, in and out. Rebound is tipped over to Zoe Tucker, and Tucker called for traveling. Fourth turnover for Jones. Jones averages 49 points a game. They give up 35, so plus 14 on the plus minus. For Woodward, they score 55 a game and give up 45 a contest, plus 10. Hegmeyer hands off out high. Pfeiffer is cut off back to Hegmeyer. Leaves it left side for Macy Porter. Outside open three. Avery Edwards misses. She's made a couple of three-pointers already in the contest, and now a cheap foul in the backcourt on Pfeiffer. It'll be her second. Team foul number 6, so after this, Jones will be shooting in the bonus for the rest of the half. Boston Berry hurries into the half court. She's double teamed and tied up, and the arrow will keep it on this end. Interesting story about Boston Berry. Her favorite sport to play, or one of her favorites, is football.
Nice.
She played football for 6 years, and she would still be playing, but Coach Holbrook made her retire, as she put it. She loves playing football with the boys. Three-pointer in the corner for Boston Berry. Crawls off no good. And I tell you what, you get that championship ring, win that state title a year ago. She was helped out by the Moore twins, Tierza and Trinity, who are now playing at ORU.
Boy, and I got a chance to see them last year a couple times, Tom. We'll talk about just great athletes, great basketball players, and I haven't checked to see if they're getting any playing time, but it wouldn't surprise me if they aren't.
23-21 as Berry scores her 6th and 7th points. Now in the backcourt, a foul that will go against Boston Berry. That's not good. That's her second. Boston Berry, a couple of first half fouls, still 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Do not want her picking up her third if you are a Jones fan. Avery Edwards out high, backs it out between the rings as she's shadowed out there by Boston Berry. Boston Berry needs to watch out. You can tell by looking at Boston Berry, she is not a player that can go less than 100%.
Yeah.
She's the kind of player that...
Maximum effort.
Exactly right. And she's in there D'ing up, despite the fact she has 2 early fouls. Near side, Maples, who missed some time in the first quarter after picking up a couple of early fouls. Skip the pass, left side to Berry. Berry to the baseline, cut off. Back out high to Maples and around the perimeter right side. Little ball fake. There goes Zoe Tucker. Nice dump underneath. And the layup up and in. That's McKenna Cruz, who has 6.
An excellent, excellent ball movement that time by the Lady Horns to get an easy basket underneath.
Hey, we're tied at 23 as the last 7 points have been scored by Jones. 4:35 to play in the first half. Pfeiffer was cut off, and her shot was blocked by Sophie Woodson. Into the half court, Maples has it. Back out high to Zoe Tucker. Right side, there's a 3, which is airballed. That's Boston Berry missing that one. Offensive rebound, they'll reset. As we tick down to the halfway mark of the second quarter. 4 minutes to play in a tie ball game at 23. Both teams have had their runs. 3 in the corner. Missed by Barry, and the rebound off the bounce by Giselle Hagmeyer. Edwards off the ball screen. Picks up her dribble. She'll leave it out high for Maisie Porter. I'll tell you what, Woodward having to work for everything they get on the offensive side, and there's a travel. 4 turnovers for the Lady Boomers. Lloyd Vedder's their head coach. He's assisted by Greg Uribe and Lacey Moore. For Jones, head coach is Jenny Holbrook. Boston Berry will get a break. Audrey Bain back into the contest. Audrey came in the first quarter when Jalen Maples picked up those 2 early fouls. Squirtle crew is camping out in Enid this weekend. So glad to be with you for 8 ball games from the Weed Capital Tournament. There's a turnover.
We're going to be blessed with the presence of Michael Swisher.
You betcha. We'll get some insight in the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets a little later on.
Might be a homer call.
You know what? He has seen a lot of good basketball over the past 4 or 5 years. Banker a little strong for O'Handley, and then a foul on the rebound. As Pfeiffer was popped. McKenna Cruz will pick it up. It's her first. 2 free throws are coming for Thessaly Pfeiffer. She's 0 for 2 at the line in the contest and a 78% free throw shooter, so you'd have to say the odds are she'll make it, and she didn't. She's now 0 for 3. I'll tell you, they waste no time getting Boston Berry back into the ball game. For the lead again, good. Thessaly Pfeiffer has 5 points. And Woodward back on top 24-23, under 3 to play. Pfeiffer got a hand on that one, deflected it over to, well, that is Pfeiffer. Take it back, it was actually Avery Edwards who got a hand on it, deflected it to Pfeiffer, who scored. And in the backcourt, another turnover. No, I take it back. Just more pressure and hustle in the backcourt, and Jones having trouble getting it inbounds. Inbound now, we've got the turnover, and they'll give it right back. The teams exchange turnovers. Here come the Lady Longhorns, down by 3. Zoe Tucker, 15-footer. Faith O'Hanley with the rebound for Woodward. Outlet to Briley Douglas Fisher, and she's called for the offensive foul, her second. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap what happened today. There's 4 consolation games under our belts already. We will also tell you what the rest of the schedule is for tonight. And there is some talent in this tournament on both the boys and girls sides. Barry hurries down the floor. She's fouled coming across the timeline. And that is 3 on Thessaly Pfeiffer. And the 8th team foul. So foul trouble for Woodward, as the 5'8 junior who leads them in scoring will go to the bench most likely for the rest of the first half. And a 1-and-1 is coming for Boston Berry. She has 7 points and misses the front end, and the rebound cleared by Maisie Porter for Woodward, and Porter's foul. That'll only be the 6th team foul on Jones. Oh, they get it on Boston Berry, and that's her 3rd. Could have gone a couple of different ways. So now both teams' best players are in foul trouble with 3. And we've got a timeout. We'll take a break. 2:12 to play in the first half. Woodward 26, Jones 23. And you're watching the Well, you're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Scordo, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Well, the two players we spotlighted before this ball game, Boston Berry for Jones and Thessaley Pfeiffer for Woodward, both have 7 points. And both are on the bench with 3 fouls each here with 2 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Woodward leads Jones 26-23 in our first semifinal of the 53rd annual Wheat Capital Tournament.
Well, Boston Berry's out there.
They kept her in.
Yeah.
Wow. They're playing with fire, keeping her in the ball game with 3 first half fouls. Inbound to Faith O'Hanley. The 15-footer was blocked. She'll deflect it out to Hagemeyer out high left, and now between the rings finding Avery Edwards. Edwards loses the basketball. And Woodward gets it right back. Right side, Avery Edwards, skip pass. Left side, Hagemeyer into the corner. There's an open three. A little short for Maisie Porter. Follow no good. Another follow a little strong that time by Edwards. Fight for it underneath. Another offensive rebound. Maisie Porter dribbles it out. They'll reset now with 1:17 to play in the first half. Maisie Porter right side. Now high left to Avery Edwards. Back out to Porter. Inside to Big Faith O'Hanley. Her turnaround is no good in traffic, and the rebound is picked up off the bounce by Zoe Tucker. Into the half court, Audrey Bain has it. Right side of the corner, a 3 by Maples is no good. And the rebound pulled down by Dayton Lewis. .36 seconds to play in the first half as Woodward going to try to hold for one here. They'll work it inside to Faith O'Hanley. Found a cutting teammate flashing down the lane in Dayton Lewis, and she was fouled and should go to the free throw line for 1-and-1. Zoe Tucker picks up her first foul. Dayton Lewis, a 5'10 senior. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. So Jones down 3 with the ball here late in the first half. Berry, the runner, right side, crawls over the front rim and in. She's got 9. 26-25 in the final 10 seconds of the first half. There's a steal by Berry. Jones can take the lead. Berry's bounce pass underneath the layup is no good by Jalen Maples, but she is fouled. And a couple of free throws coming for the Lady Longhorns with 3.6 seconds to play in the first half. And the foul is the first on Maisie Porter. So free throws are coming, 2 of them for Maples. First one on the way is good, and we are tied. Maples had 12 points in their win over John Marshall yesterday. They were not headed. That ball game was 62-25. This is for the lead. Take the lead to the locker room. She will. That'll be the end of the first half. Good ball game. Jones 27, Woodward 26. The winner plays for the championship of the Wheat Capital Tournament tomorrow night. We'll take a break. It's halftime from Paul J. Uther Fieldhouse, and you're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Scordo.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nixon, Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
When you're in the market for a new truck, what typically goes through your mind? Hi, it's John Johnson at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Is it make, the model, and from where? The Ram 1500s and 2500s are outstanding trucks, so it might just be the dealership you choose. At Johnson's of Kingfisher, our auto family has been providing Oklahoma families with quality trucks and great customer service for more than 90 years. Not many dealerships can say that. Come meet our family and take advantage of the great pricing on new Ram 1500s and 2500s during the Ram Power Days at Johnson's of Kingfisher.
Your health is our health. If you're in pain, are recovering from surgery, or have had to postpone a surgery, Physical Therapy Central is open. We take the health and safety of our patients, employees, and the community seriously. Our clinic is clean and safe so you can get the health care you need. Get back to work, back to play, and back to life faster with Physical Therapy Central. Schedule an appointment today at ptcentral.org or call 405-375-5654.
At Bellamy & Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like Video on Demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices.
1 point game at halftime as Jones leads Woodward 27-26. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst back with you at Paul J. Youth, your Fieldhouse. Go back and recap the first half. Early on, it was all Jones. They jumped out early 10-2, but then Woodward with the rally tied the ball game up at 14 and grabbed the lead for the first time at 17-14. Led 20-19 at the end of the first quarter. In the first half, we had 3 ties and 2 lead changes, and it is a couple of free throws there at the end of the first quarter by Jalen Maples that gave Jones the lead back at 27-26. Scoring in the first half for Woodward, they were led by Thessaly actually, Giselle Hagemeyer with 8 points to lead the way. Thessaly Pfeiffer had 7. Avery Edwards with 6 points. Faith O'Handley with 2. Macy Porter with 3 points. For Jones, led in the first half, Zoe Tucker with 10. Boston Berry with 7 first-half points. McKenna Cruz with 6. Jalen Maples and Sophie Woodson with 2 points apiece. Jones leads Woodward 27-26. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Scordo, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Some restrictions apply.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Finally, it's time to get that driver's license. But which option to choose? The DMV with the long lines, the not-so-pleasant desk clerk.
That's the way it has to be.
And taking off work and still not getting in.
This office is now closed.
Or go to Cowboy Driving Academy. With a relaxed atmosphere, they make it convenient for you whether it's after hours, on holidays, or even inclement weather. For details, go to cowboydriving.com. Cowboy Driving Academy. They keep you moving.
Well, isn't that nice?
In OKC, go to alertdrivingok.com. With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on. Halftime at Chisholm High School. Jones leads Woodward in our girls semifinal. Let's go back and recap what happened earlier today. Our first game this morning on the consolation side. Girls action, Alva over John Marshall, 69-30. Boys early game at 11:30 this morning. Garber, Class A Garber, knocks off 4A Woodward 78-69. And a girls game at 1 o'clock. A win for Garber over Chisholm, 73-39. And the boys game right before this one, Jones, no trouble with Chisholm, winning 82-51. Coming up after this one, our first boys semifinal, Kingfisher and John Marshall. That could be a heck of a ball game. After that, back to the girls bracket for Will Rogers and Perry. And the final game of the night is Perry and Alva on the boys side. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you First basketball game I've done. Usually I've done about 20 by now, but just the way the calendar laid, and a little COVID as well, kind of.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't do any at Garber, and then the TOC.
Yeah. Exactly right. Glad to be back at it. Basketball's my favorite sport to call, and have to wait until the first week of January to finally don the headsets and talk a little hoops. Woodward has the basketball. They turn it over.
Well, I'm anxious to see if Jones can just calm down a little bit and see if they can't, get themselves a 2 or 3 possession lead. I don't think they were happy with how they played in the first half, but give credit to Woodward. Woodward was very impressive first half.
That foul was on Avery Edwards. It's her second. So Jones with the 1-point lead in the basketball, keeping an eye on the foul trouble as each team's 2 best players picked up 3 in the first half, and now they call the reach or the tie-up. Must have been the tie-up. The arrow keeps it on this end with Jones. Our broadcast location, the top of the gym here, across from the score table and the benches. Lady Longhorns from Jones, the home whites and greens, as the ball kicked into the backcourt, and it will be over and back. Jones turns it over for the 9th time.
And that's the sloppy play I'm talking about that obviously has kept this game, 1 possession the first half.
Leslie Pfeiffer to the baseline, goes right around the defender, jump stop, shoots it up and misses. Offensive rebound, though, by Faith O'Hanley. Her follow comes up short, and a tie up underneath, and it will stay on this end with Woodward. Woodward has become a perennial in this tournament over the last few years. We talked a little bit in the first half about how this, the makeup of the teams, usually it's very, very stable, but it has changed a lot this year as a couple of schools that are always here are not here anymore, and that is Fairview and Blackwell. Some of the perennials, Perry, Chisholm, of course. Kingfisher still here, although the Kingfisher girls aren't here.
Well, Watonga was in it for years also as well. And that 89er conference, when it broke apart, it really kind of changed the scope of the teams. And most of those teams joined the Three Rivers, which that's why you see Fairview and Watonga over the Three Rivers now.
With Cashin and O'Keene and Hennessy and OBA, that tournament going on for the first time at the Stride Bank Center downtown here in Enid. I got to say, something pretty exciting happened for the first time last night, and that is a little deal we have going on with KOCO down in Oklahoma City, Channel 5, as they are using Squirtle highlights to show high school basketball across the state. We saw it for the first time last night.
Yeah, you bet. We need to thank Mark Rogers. He was instrumental in kind of putting that together with Channel 5, which he's stepped back in to help with Carson Cunningham's absence. And the plan there is for us to provide more high school content throughout our networks and help promote our schools and obviously give Squirtle a little bit of love too, and obviously let the fans across the state see a lot of different games.
Well, what it does, and you just mentioned it, see a lot of different games as that shot crawls out. Offensive rebound, though, for Jalen Maples. And Jones will set it up in the half court. As I think about that Three Rivers conference and think of the green team in that conference, which is Thomas. It will give KOCO the chance to showcase and highlight a lot more teams that are outside of the Oklahoma City metro area who, it's easy to go out and cover those OKC area games. Now we're going to get a chance to see this tournament, and we saw a couple tournaments focused on last night, underneath, up and in for Jalen Maples.
Well, I think it's just a win-win for everyone because the fans in Oklahoma support high school sports like better than about any state, and it's what they like to see. So if you have the opportunity to see those highlights on the news, it's pretty cool and also gets that additional exposure.
Faith O'Hanley, nice post-up move. 29-28. We're 3 minutes into the third quarter. Open three in the corner. And that ball tipped out of bounds as Audrey Bain tried to tap it. There was nobody there. Coming up next, Kingfisher, John Marshall on the boys' side. That should be a really fun ball game. Kingfisher, what a run they've had, not only in this tournament, but in basketball in general. We've got a timeout. We'll take a break, 4:34 to play third quarter. Jones leads Woodward 29-28. You're watching the Weed Capital Tournament on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance. With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
High school basketball in Oklahoma, no better place to be on the first weekend in January than Paul J. Uthier Fieldhouse. Chisholm High School just north of Enid, a couple of miles. And it is a true home game for myself and Adam Dieselhorst, as I live about 2 miles south of here, and you live about a half mile west of here.
Nice to be able to just hop over and get us an extra table when we need one.
There you go. Woodward down 29-28 as they have hung in here quite nicely against this Jones squad, the defending state champions in Class 3A. Oh, nice transition underneath, but too far under the basket is Boston Berry. And they'll burn the timeout to keep the possession. So we'll take another timeout, pay a bill or two. 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Jones leads by 1. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance. Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything. Now the Perry girls are the defending champions in this tournament, and we will see them later on as they take on Will Rogers in the semifinals. Perry won it last year for the first time since 2007. They are looking to repeat, but they will have to face, well, one of the two teams coming up later on will face one of these two teams as Jones leads Woodward 29-28. We're halfway through the third quarter. Each team has just managed one 2-point basket each here in the third quarter. Woodson right baseline. Find the girl for the open 3, and there it is. Missing by Audrey Bain. Offensive rebound, they'll reset. Audrey Bain has played a lot tonight with some of the early foul trouble. Little short corner jumper is buried by Jalen Maples. She has 6.
Vulnerable spot in the zone.
31-28. Boy, Faith O'Hanley posting up inside. She only has 2 field goals in the contest. There's another Woodward turnover. I've got Woodward now for 8 turnovers.
Yeah, both teams really game plans defensively have been well executed through 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, make the offenses work, and they're having to do that so far. A couple of teams that pretty good on the defensive side. Woodward gives up 45 a game. On the other hand, Jones gives up 35 points a contest and a foul underneath, and free throws are coming for the Lady Longhorns as Audrey Bain will shoot 2.
Excellent ball movement there that time by the Lady Longhorns.
Foul was the second on Maisie Porter. We talked in the first half, this Jones squad 6-2. Their 2 losses, though, they played in the Mustang tournament last week and lost to a couple of ranked teams in Class 6A, the biggest class in the state. Mustang and Putnam City North. Empty trip to the free throw line for Jones, though. Woodward's going to throw it away, and cross-court pass is chased down in the near corner by Zoe Tucker, but then Tucker's outlet pass is stolen away, and that shot up and in for Pfeiffer. She has 9. Back to a 1-point game at 31-30. Left side, Bain, who nearly traveled, finds the open girl on the baseline. But Maples cut off, leaves it out high, and right to the cup all the way goes Berry, and she finger rolled it a little too strong. That ball out of bounds will stay with the Longhorns. We also talked in the first half how Boston Berry, she's going to play college basketball at the highest level most likely. She's already been offered by Tulsa and Texas Tech. Short corner jumper left side up and good as Audrey Bain with her first field goal of the ball game. 33-30, under 2 minutes to play in the third. Pfeiffer has it. Porter all the way to the basket, throws it up, it crawls off, no good. Rebound Faith O'Hanley, and she's fouled. Sophie Woodson will pick it up. Oh, let's see, I don't have her for any fouls yet. We'll find out if that is the case here in just a second. It's her first. So Faith O'Hanley to the line. She's a pretty good free throw shooter at 70% on the season.
Jinxed her.
Boy, that was not pretty.
Jinxed her. You knew that was coming.
That was hard off the heel.
It was. Yeah, that's really impressive about, Barry from Jones only being a junior and having 2 Division I offers.
Yeah.
And from 2 really good programs, too.
She had them actually last year, too. That's where I read about it, was during last year's season. So I don't know if she has any more. I couldn't find any updates, but at least those 2 from her sophomore year. This will go against Woodward. Avery Edwards is going to pick up her 3rd foul, 4th team foul. Take it back, they've got her for 4. I knew I was missing a foul somewhere. There it is. But then Jones will turn it right back. So Edwards will check out of the contest, and in for Woodward. Presley Pruitt, a 5'6" junior, I think. This is the first we've seen of her. Final minute of the third quarter, ball loose. Tie up, and the arrow will point toward Woodward. Right side, Pfeiffer puts it up off the window and in, falling away. Nice move by Thessaley Pfeiffer. She's got 11. 33-32, this has been tight all the way since about the beginning of the second quarter. Jones early led 10-2. Woodward crawled back into it, grabbed the lead for the first time at 17-14, and we have been close ever since. They'll call the travel this time on Jalen Maples. 12 turnovers for Jones. So Woodward now could hold for one final shot here to end the third. If they score, they'd grab the lead back. They've not led since late in the first half. Pfeiffer inside, now Handley. Can't get it to go though, so now Jones has the opportunity. Final 5 seconds. Coast to coast all the way for Berry, and she scores right before the buzzer. Berry's first basket of the second half. She's got 9 points. And we go to the fourth quarter, a one-possession ball game. Jones 35, Woodward 32. We'll take a break. You're watching the Wheat Capital Basketball Tournament from Chisholm High School on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you from Chisholm High School. We go to the fourth quarter, the first of our 4 semifinal games tonight. And the Jones Lady Longhorns on top of the Woodward Lady Boomers, 35-32.
Well, what a big shot that was right there before the half by Berry to take the lead by 3, and then obviously if they can convert here coming out fourth quarter will be big to get the lead by 2 possessions.
Ethan Sunken, our producer engineer here this evening, and Caden LaFortune on the cameras. Doing the camera work, skip pass back around the perimeter, open 3. Berry knocks it down. She's beginning to heat up.
Yeah, and that time much better, in motion. Her shot was kind of rushing it earlier on. It was a good-looking shot there she knocked down.
Yeah, biggest lead of the ball game since the first half at 6 now, 38-32. Oh, Handley hard off the window. Can't go. Rebound. Porter. She comes up empty, and the rebound cleared by Sophie Woodson. So Jones, a good opportunity to put a little bit of distance between themselves and the Lady Boomers. Nice ball movement. And up and in, off the window and in for Sophie Woodson, her second field goal. Take it back, it's her first field goal. She has 4 points, a couple of free throws early on. So it's a 7-0 run now for Jones. They've opened up an 8-point lead at 40-32, but free throws are coming as Woodward will try to find a way to break the run. A minute into the third quarter. It's the second foul on Sophie Woodson. First of 2 free throws up and in. Presley Pruitt, her first points of the tournament. Off the front rim, 1 for 2. 7-point game at 40-33. Kenna Cruz can't finish. What looked like a nice trip down the floor, but they come up empty and back into the half court. Hurries Maisie Porter. Pfeiffer has it right side. Nice bounce pass. Dayton Lewis back out to Pfeiffer. Crossover dribble stolen away by Zoe Tucker.
It's too much dribbling by Pfeiffer.
The ball out of bounds will go back to Woodward. It has been a sloppy ball game.
It really has, with 2 teams that obviously you got second-ranked team in the state, and Woodward, a bigger school with a talented team, but and a lot of turnovers, like you said. And credit the defenses too. I think their defensive game plans by both of them have been really good, but it's been sloppy.
Cutting down the right side of the lane all the way to the window, up and in. That's Avery Edwards, her third field goal. She has 8 points. 40-35 now, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. There's a bad pass thrown away. Here come the Lady Boomers all the way to the basket, and Presley Pruitt was bumped, no whistle. Jones back the other way. Boston Berry puts a dribble behind her back. Her banker crawls off, no good. Missed it short. Pruitt right side, back out high between the rings to Macy Porter. Macy off the ball screen left, looks back to the right. Finds Pruitt over there, who's picked up on the wing by Cruz. And now topside, Avery Edwards. Edwards off the ball screen, picks up her dribble. Skips it back right. Pruitt has it. Pfeiffer. Right-handed dribble picks up and hands off to Pruitt. Right side on the wing. Lewis for three, no good. Good position on the rebound by Boston Berry. Outlet to Jalen Maples. Maples right wing, waits for teammates, finds Berry. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. 5-point lead for Jones. Winner plays for the Wheat Capital Tournament Championship tomorrow night. Another turnover, and now they go back the other way as the ball was kicked out of bounds by Maisie Porter. And we've got a timeout, 4:41 to play in the ball game. Jones by 5. It's the game of the week on Squirtle from the Wheat Capital Tournament, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Woodward looking for their 5th win of the season. Jones looking for their 7th. And we'll have both of these teams tomorrow, no matter win or lose, because we're going to have both the 3rd place and the championship games on Squirtle. So make sure to tune in tomorrow afternoon, beginning at about 4 o'clock. First of 4 games on Championship Saturday at the Wheat Capital Basketball Tournament. 4:37 to play in this one. Jones leads by 5 over Woodward. They've got the basketball. They would like to milk some clock, take some time here as Zoe Tucker has it out between the rings. Right side to Audrey Bain. Bain shattered out there on the right wing by Avery Edwards, and Edwards took it away. That's what happens if you try to run clock. 17-footer left side is way strong by Dayton Lewis. Foul on the rebound will go against Woodward. Get it on Hegmeyer, it's her first. So Woodward will pick up some pressure in the backcourt. They need to make something happen here, down 5 with 4 minutes to play. Berry hands off, take it back, the ball handed off to Berry by Jalen Maples. Maples back, has the ball right baseline. Double team, kicks it out to the open girl, that's Audrey Bain. Back into the hands of Berry, left side to Bain. Bain backs out the dribble high left. Now between the rings, there's Tucker. Right side, Berry. Flashing high post. It was Jalen Maples who dumped it off underneath to Sophie Woodson, cutting down the baseline, who scored. She has 6. Nicely done, 7-point lead, 42-35, 3.5 to play. Kingfisher, John Marshall boys coming up next. Lady Boomers can't afford down by 7 to dawdle too much here as the clock rolls down to 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Pfeiffer had it possession for a moment, lost it and got it back, and then she's called for double dribble. Faith O'Hanley, their big 6'3" post player for Woodward, gets back in there. It's been a struggle for her tonight. She's gotten some looks inside. Hasn't been able to finish very much, just 2 field goals, 4 points. She had 14 in their win over Alva yesterday.
Yeah, she has not been a factor at all in this game, obviously being kind of neutralized by the size inside for Woodward, too.
Empty trip for Jones. Here come the Lady Boomers. Oh, and Avery Edwards not expecting that pass from Maisie Porter out of bounds, and now I've got Woodward for 12 turnovers. And we've got a timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:36 to play in the ball game. Jones over Woodward, 42-35. You're watching Wheat Capital basketball action on Scordo, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
At this point, the difference in this ball game is the 7-0 run by Jones that started near the end of the third quarter and moved into the fourth quarter. This was a 1-point, 1-possession game almost all the way before that. And now 42-35, Jones with the lead. They've got the ball with 2:36 to play in the ball game. Woodward will pick up full court pressure. They need to make some turnovers happening. Get a couple of baskets in a row to crawl back into this one. The inbound to Zoe Tucker. Tucker into the half court, shadowed by Macy Porter off the ball screen right. Tucker all the way to the baseline, into the corner now. Back out to the wing. They play keep away, and there's a 5 count. Good call by the official. Giselle Hegmeyer had the pressure.
How many points has Woodward scored in the second half?
Woodward had 26 at halftime, and they've got 35. They scored 9 points in the second half.
Didn't feel like it was a ton. Obviously, just 15 though for Jones.
Yep.
So
2 minutes to play in the ball game. Woodward the ball down by 7. They've got to score this trip. Pfeiffer nearly had the ball stripped away. She tapped it back out high to Hegmeyer. Work it inside. O'Handley back down, turn around. Nope, they're going to get her for traveling. She's had all kinds of issues. Sophie Woodson's done a great job defensively on her tonight. And that's the thing about it. You're 6'3". You're not used a lot of times in Northwest Oklahoma when teams are playing to have a 6'2" girl you're going against, which is what you've got in Sophie Woodson.
If you got a 5'10" girl you're playing against, that's a lot.
Jones will turn it over on the near sideline. But the clock is an ally of the Lady Longhorns at this point. Now with 1:38 to play. Right side Porter leaves it into the corner. It's stolen away. Back the other way goes Audrey Bain, and she'll draw contact and go to the line. Audrey Bain has really played well tonight. Has played a lot for Jones coming in off the bench. Jalen Maples picked up early fouls, and Boston Berry a little bit of trouble in the first half, and Audrey Bain's got a lot of minutes, only has 2 points, but boy, I tell you what, we've talked about her tonight. She'll be at the free throw line. That was the 4th foul on Thessaly Pfeiffer. Free throw up and in for Bain. could make it a full 3-possession lead with a make right here. And miss, there you go. Would take 3 threes to tie it up, full 3-possession lead. So looking pretty good for Jones with 1:12 to play. But free throws are coming now as Maisie Porter will shoot 2. She's fouled. That's not what you want if you're Jenny Holbrook and the Jones Lady Longhorns. You do not want to give Woodward the chance to score with the clock stopped. Third foul on Sophie Woodson. Missed the first.
Would not sell these, though.
One for 2. Porter now with 4 points. 44-36. And a timeout. 1:09 to play in the ball game. Jones 44, Woodward 36. You're watching the Wheat Capital Tournament on Scortal, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst, Ethan Sunken, Caden LaFortune, the Scortal crew in Enid tonight, north of Enid, a couple of miles, Chisholm High School, for the 53rd annual Wheat Capital Invitational Basketball Tournament. They've been playing it since 1970, first year. Back when it was Carrier High School. And the Kingfisher boys won it that year, and they will try to win it again. They're playing in the semifinals, and now we've got an injured Woodward player. They won't stop play, 1 minute to play, and that's Maisie Porter, who is down, and she is laying on the other end of the floor, as we'll see the camera pan back over that way, down in the bottom left of your screen here in just a second. There you go. Maisie Porter, the 5'5" senior. She's a leader on the floor for this Woodward Lady Boomer team, and it's not what you want to see. The final minute of a ball game where you're down by 9. A possible injury that might take you out for a little bit, especially when you're a senior. The trainers will hurry to the side of Maisie Porter. Maisie with 4 points in the ball game. And the clock says 59 seconds to play. Jones leads 44-36. Coming up next, Kingfisher versus John Marshall, our first boys semifinal game. Kingfisher 9-0 on the season, number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. They carry a 29-game winning streak into the contest, defending state champions in Class 3A last year. Take it back, I say 3A, it's actually 4A, the number 1 in 4A. And they've won the 4A state championship, my mistake. And they've won the last 2 4A titles. In 2021 and 2019, of course, did not get a chance to play in 2020 due to the COVID outbreak. Storyline for Kingfisher, that great senior class from a year ago. Their record the last 4+ years, the 4 previous seasons and so far this year, 116-4. And we will see them coming up next. They're going to get a test from a salty John Marshall team. Maisie Porter has been helped to the sideline. And we'll get back to action. 59 seconds to play in the ball game. On the inbound, Zoe Tucker, and Tucker is fouled. That'll be team foul number 7, so 1-1 is coming for Zoe, who is 0 for 1 at the line so far in this one. The foul was the second on Giselle Hagemeyer. Faith O'Hanley back into the ball game, as is Avery Edwards. So Avery Edwards with those 4 fouls. Final 57 seconds, front end of the 1-and-1, good. So Zoe Tucker had 10 points in the first half. That's her first point in the second half, so she's got 11 total. Second opportunity coming for the junior. Ten-point lead is the biggest lead of the ball game for either team with 52 seconds to play. And nearly a travel, they won't blow the whistle. Avery Edwards out high right to Besley Pfeiffer, right side to Edwards. Edwards to the baseline. Her shot was blocked, but a foul by Sophie Woodson will be her 4th. Yeah, this has been a much closer game than the 10-point spread would indicate. It was a 1-point game at halftime. It was a 3-point game after 3. And now 46-36.
Just been a lid on the rim for Woodward the second half.
Really has. Edwards makes the first one. Second opportunity coming. She's got 9 points now. Dayton Lewis will check back into the contest for the Lady Boomers. And 2 for 2, and Edwards in double figures now with 10. (46-38), and a foul in the backcourt. Tucker back to the line, fouled by Hagemeyer, which will be her 3rd. Tucker just made a couple at the free throw line a moment ago. She's back there, the front end of the 1-and-1 on the 8th team foul. She can get the lead back to 10. Now you take a look at the bracket. Our championship game tomorrow, as the second one is missed. 47-38, Woodward will play in the consolation game. Take it back, the 3rd place game at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Consolation game is Alva Garber. The 3rd place game is Woodward against the loser of the Will Rogers Perry game. Then our championship game on the girls' side tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be Jones against either Will Rogers or Perry. Final 30 seconds. Woodward was game for about 3 quarters. And that, well, thought it might do it, but little hustle by Avery Edwards to tip the ball out of bounds. Jones will have it with 8 seconds to play. We'll take a break between games. We'll come back and put a wrap on this one after a short break, then take a break between games and get ready for our first boys semifinal.
We're blessed by the presence of Michael Swisher, too.
Looking forward to it. That'll do it. Jones will win. 47-38 is our final score. Jones move on to the finals. Their record now 7-2. Woodward to the 3rd place game. They're now 4-4. Quick break and a quick wrap up when we return. You're watching the Weed Capital basketball tournament on Squirtle. No. A couple of minutes here. Maybe a minute. How long it takes me to do this? Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
When you're in the market for a new truck, what typically goes through your mind? Hi, it's John Johnson at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Is it make, the model, and from where? The Ram 1500s and 2500s are outstanding trucks, so it might just be the dealership you choose. At Johnson's of Kingfisher, our auto family has been providing Oklahoma families with quality trucks and great customer service for more than 90 years. Not many dealerships can say that. Come meet our family and take advantage of the great pricing on new Ram 1500s and 2500s during the Ram Power Days at Johnson's of Kingfisher.
Nice win for the Jones Lady Longhorns. They'll play for the championship of the Wheat Capital tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as they beat Woodward 47-38. Close ball game, 27-26 Jones at half. They led 35-32 going into the fourth quarter, but in that fourth quarter, Jones outscores Woodward 12-6 and win 47-38. Scoring in the contest, first of all for Woodward, they were led by Thessaly Pfeiffer. She got 11 points. Avery Edwards added 10. Giselle Hegmeyer with 8 points. Faith O'Hanley with 4. Macy Porter with 4. We hope she's okay and gets a chance to play again tomorrow. And then Presley Pruitt off the bench with 1. For Jones, led by Zoe Tucker with 13. Boston Berry had 12 points. Then he had 4 girls with 6. Audrey Bain, McKenna Cruz, Jalen Maples, and Sophie Woodson. Jones now 7-2. Woodward falls to 4-4. We've got boys action coming up next. Our first boys semifinal. John Marshall will take on the defending Class 4A state champions in Kingfisher. The Wheat Capital Tournament continues after this on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.